top of the ninth. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. 2 out.
Well, when you follow up a triple-digit fastball with a nasty changeup, pretty much every time the hitter's going to be in trouble. And that was the plan. Get him to sit dead red on the fastball and then just make him look foolish with the off-speed stuff.
2 outs. Base is empty. Joe Brandon will hit next. And he blows that one by him at 100.
Not looking like they'll be adding any insurance runs heading to the bottom of the ninth, so it's going to be on the bullpen to hold this lead.
Next pitch inside. 1-1. Crowd locked in right now. 1-run game here in the ninth. High fly ball down the left field line. Brandon makes the grab, and that's the inning. 3 up, 3 down that time. So the closer summoned from the bullpen, Omar Nunez. A chance at his first save of the year. Joe Brandon now at the plate. 0 for 3 in this one. At 96, that pitch is in for a strike.
Really good cutter that he's able to front door and back door. That pitch is devastating.
A little bit low. Ball 1.
Man, oh man, I don't know how you take that pitch. That's as close as it gets.
Swing and a ball hit out towards left center field. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. And there's one away. He's 2 outs away. Brandon digs in now. Hard ground ball for a base stop. And that puts the tying run on base.
Went up there looking to be aggressive and got something he could handle. Not much to this one other than just a willingness to go the other way and put the ball in play. That's a team at bat right there. Nice job of staying back and letting the ball get deep.
Off balance feed, there's one. But no throw to first as he'll hold on to it.
Well, when you've got a guy playing out of position, you'll see plays like this. That should have been a double play, but the feed to second took way too long. It's hard to blame the guy since he didn't ask to be penciled in at that spot. Typically, the outfield defense will play a little bit deeper just to keep the ball in front, make sure that runner on first doesn't come all the way around to score and tie this ball game up.
That missed by a lot. And 1-1. Swing and a foul out of play. The Yanks down to their final strike. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball. It's slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
Swing and a miss, and that's the ball game. Brandon with his first major league win.
Yeah, nicely done. I'm sure he'll feel
right, just about ready for baseball. Today's starting pitcher, Ricky Thorpe. What's the scouting report on him?
It's a tough veteran lineup on the other. Side, but I'm excited to see what this rookie can do in this one.
Fernando Geronimo, the leadoff batter, as he looks at ball one.
First pitch, 7-11.
On the inside corner for a strike. This one in the air, right field. Random pulls it down, and he makes the catch. One down. Let's take a look at the lineup for the Blue Jays. Singy, we're looking at a young lineup here. Not much experience, but they're going to bring a lot of energy to the field.
Yeah, and that's just it, Boog. We expect this lineup to play hard no matter what. They are an exciting group to watch.
Ray Diaz stands in here, leaves that one off the inside.
1-0.
Strike one.
Well, he just threw that fastball by and elevated, and if you're not looking up in that location, very difficult to catch up to, especially with that velocity.
Next pitch inside. 2-1. One out, base is empty. That one's in there. 2 balls, 2 strikes to count.
That's a good pitch there. Really had some run and finished a little up and in just on the edge. And that's one of those, if you swing at it, hit a broken bat as you jog back to the dugout.
And that's the first strikeout of his major league career.
And it could be the first of many if he meets the goals he set for himself and the expectations others have for him. He doesn't want to just win games. He wants to dominate at this level.
Do you think young pitchers could sometimes get too caught up in trying to rack up Ks early in their career?
Boog, I think they can. It's kind of like a hitter that doesn't have power. The thrill is still hitting a ball over the fence. And so for a guy, even if he doesn't have power stuff or strikeout stuff, a strikeout is still something that makes him stick his chest out a little bit further.
And now Giancarlo Ibarra. And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike. Ibarra getting to start in right. Batting in the cleanup spot. He joined the team as a free agent. Swing and a miss, and he got him to chase.
He finds himself in a tough situation early. Just got to try to simplify it. Take a knock the other way if you can.
Next offering misses. 1-2 to count. And a swing and a miss. And that's the third out. One left for Toronto. And now the Rays will get their first opportunity in a scoreless ball game. Back here with my pal Singy. Two down, base is empty. Here's the third baseman, David Samuels. Just off the outside edge. 2 outs, base is empty. The bit behind with that swing. It's strike one.
He's looking pretty sharp to start the ball game. He's got that good fastball working early.
High fly ball out into left center field. Diaz on his way over and makes the grab. And that is that. Back now in Tampa Bay. Top of the second. And here's the first baseman, Anthony Silva. Thorpe back to work. Up and in. And that's ball one. That's towards center. Armas should have this one. Makes the catch. And there's one down. Jackie Bauer, the next to hit. Looking for his first big league hit right here. Just missed. Ball. Popped up. 2 down. 2 out. Space is empty. Miguel Cisneros next up for the Blue Jays. Just missed. Next offering upstairs. Swing and a line drive. That's a base hit into center field. So a 2-out knock keeps the inning alive. And now for the Jays, Henry Nieves. 2 for 7 in the series so far. That one finds the zone. That's strike 1. 2 gone, but the go-ahead run is at first here in game 3 of this 4-game series. And that's through there for a strike. 0-2 now.
And a bat like this is almost over as it begins. In this situation, you have no idea what the next pitch is going to be. You just got to hope that you can make contact.
The shortstop takes the ball.
See if you can go upstairs a little bit. Make sure you miss up and out of the zone since you're heading the count 1-2. Don't miss in the zone because that's where you get hurt.
And a ball evens the count. That one hit to right. And it falls. And now 2 aboard. And next for Toronto, William De La Cruz. In there at the knees. Strike 1. Out there to center. Drops into the glove. And that's the 3rd out. 2 left on. We go to the bottom of inning number. And we're back.
Leading
bottom
up.
Half of
Ball 4, take your base. Ow. Ball 4, take your base.
David Samuels will hit next. He's 0 for 1. First pitch misses.
The only adjustment he needs to make is his target. If you aim at the outside corner, that slider's going to end up way off the plate. Perhaps look a little more down the middle, and you get it right where you want it. Well, a really rough inning out there on the mound, and this is one of those where you learn a lot about a guy's toughness and his ability to turn the page and keep pressing forward.
Down the line, and that drops foul.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
Fights it off. He'll see another. Swings here and blasts one left field. That's back. And he misses it. It drops in. 1 run is in. Another scores. 2 runs in on the play. It's 6-0.
Picks himself up a couple of ribbies. Got a fastball, middle of the plate, and jumped all over it. Absolutely smoked that ball.
Here comes the manager out of the Blue Jays dugout, and he will make a move to the pen.
Now pitching for
Joe
Toronto.
Random gets the ball now.
That's ball 4. 3.
Fernando Geronimo getting ready to hit. Fly to right his first time. Swing and a miss. There's the slider. 0-1.
Well, every pitcher wants run support, and having a lead is nice, but it can be challenging for some pitchers. I think keeping the mindset to attack instead of trying to be too fine and have too much finesse, go after hitters and get quick outs.
Just missing there, and it's 1-2.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
In the air, left field, down the line, and a foul ball. The 1-2. Stays alive. And a 1-2 again. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout. So up next for Toronto, Ray Diaz. 0 for 1. He struck out swinging last time. First pitch doesn't find the zone.
I can't play around with him here. It's a 6-run lead at this point. Got to attack hitters even if you give up a solo shot.
Swing and a miss. That's strike 1.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Swing and a fly ball in the air out towards right center field. Dives and he can't hang on. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single. With Merrifield up to the plate. 1 for 1 with a single so far.
Merrifield.
That's a strike across the top of the zone. Now this is in the air down the line, and that's a foul ball. On the ground right side, 4, 6, 3, but he beats it. Good hustle, and the inning continues. Giancarlo Ibarra digs in now. Struck out swinging his first time. Fastball for a strike. Left field. Berry has a beat on it. Nabs it. And that'll do it. Blue Jays held in check. They still bottom of the inning.
Leading off.
Ball 4. Take your base. 3.
And welcome back to the ballpark. Start of the 4th, and now the first baseman, Anthony Silva. He swings and fouls one off.
Well, these Blue Jays just lacking discipline at the plate in this ball game. So many of their outs have come from weak contact on pitches they're chasing outside of the strike zone. You can't do much of anything with those locations, and that's been true again today. And as a pitcher, when the hitters are swinging at everything, you feel no need to challenge inside the zone. You just keep working the corners and expanding that strike zone and beyond, and they just keep eating right out of your hand.
Struck him out looking.
The batter, the designated hitter.
Now it's the DH, Jackie Bauer.
And there's one thing on his mind this at bat, getting that first hit at the big league level.
There's a swing and a drive. And that gets down into the gap. Around first and hustling for second. And his first big league hit is a double. Miguel Cisneros with his first major league hit. And this is a moment I'm sure he'll never forget. Congrats.
Yeah, great moment for him and his family. A guy works so hard and has to wait so long for this to happen. And when it does, can kind of be overwhelming, Boog. You still have to stay locked in on the game, but it's great when you could take a minute to just appreciate what you've done and how hard you've worked to get here.
Man at second with one away. And here's the catcher, Miguel Cisneros. Fought off foul.
1-1.
In the dirt. 1 out and a runner at second. Swing and a liner foul off to the right. Squirts away a little bit. And he chases that one. Now 5 strikeouts for him on the mound.
Bogey just ran out of patience there. He took a couple of pitches to even that count up at 2 balls and 2 strikes, but that time chased outside the zone.
Nieves in the box with 2 gone and takes a look at a called strike. Man at second. In the dirt, blocked. Ball to strike. The pitch. And it's fouled away. That just misses.
That's a ball.
Now 2-2. Cut on and missed, and it's a strikeout, and that is the inning. So 1 hit is all they get. We're midway in the 4th. Back here at Tropicana Field, John. Back now in Tampa Bay. We go to the top of the 5th. And now for the Jays, William De La Cruz. And the first offering a fastball for a strike.
Well, these Jays, as this game goes on, have to be more disciplined at the plate. Chasing pitches has been a big part of the story. We've seen it quite a bit today. It's been tough for them to make contact at times, and it just doesn't look like they're seeing it very well as a group.
Line drive, speared at first. 1 away here in the 5th.
And on the mound, you know confidence has to be pretty high with all of the swings and misses. He's had them eaten out of the palm of his hand pretty much all game.
Geronimo at the plate for the 3rd time as he comes up empty there. Base is empty, 1 away, and we're at the top of the 5th. And a swing and a miss there.
0-2.
The offense needs to start showing some fight against this starter. He's doing his thing out there. They're going to have to push back at some point and make him work a little bit harder.
Swings through that, and it's a strikeout. Picks up strikeout number 7.
He came out of his mechanics there. Typically likes to shoot the ball the other way, but that time, a little anxious.
And now here is Ray Diaz. That's outside. And that is ball 1.
1 ball, no strikes.
On the ground, right side. And foul ball. That one ripped left field. That's back. And it hits the fence. And into second easily with a 2-out double.
Well, this one started with a bad jump, a bad read off of the bat. He ends up having to try to leap out of desperation. Can't come down with it, and it turned into extra bases.
Whit Merrifield next up for the Blue Jays. 1 for 2. And first offering is fouled off. Diaz stands at second with 2 gone. On the ground and foul ball. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Strikeout number 8. 1 left for Toronto. Still up against a 6-0 deficit. And we're back. Now the third baseman, David Samuels.
Leading off for the Rays, the third baseman, David
Random back to work. Swing and a ball hit out towards left center field, and that'll fall for a base hit. And the leadoff man aboard. Here is James McCann. Well, this game isn't very close, Singy. Let's see if we got any messages from those tuning in today.
I know we got some good stuff in there.
All right, Singy, when you played, how much of a fashionista were you? Would you come to the ballpark dressed to the nines?
No, I wouldn't. Even on the road trips, I was, pretty average. There were some guys that would dial it up, and there'd be some outfits where you're kind of double taking and saying, where in the world are you going? But overall, I'd say I kept it low key.
That one's spoiled, and the count now 2-1. Yeah, you see some guys into the fashion nowadays, and big on the gram, as the kids like to say. Post their fits, outside, right? That's what you say.
Is that what it is?
It's a fit. Your fit, your outfit, your fit.
Got a little drip around the neck too.
Yeah, believe it. Scale of 1 to 10. How old do we sound right now?
Really old, like close to Social Security benefits.
Yeah. So digging in, Anthony Silva, 0 for 2 in this one. That misses the zone. 1-0. And a foul ball. Next offering is downstairs. Ibarra aboard here at first with nobody out. That one misses, and now 3-1.
A rare 3-ball count here. He's been throwing strikes all day. Got to be ready to hit if you're in the box.
And a pitch. And ball 4 to aboard.
He's making things difficult for himself right now out there on the mound, but his confidence should still be high enough to get out of this, but he's going to have to buckle down right here.
Bauer now at the plate as he swings through strike 1. Activity in the pen for the Rays. Joe Random up and throwing. Whalen getting loose as well. Gets the call. 0-2.
0-2.
First and second here, no outs. Cut on and miss. Struck him out. That's his 9th strikeout so far.
Just blown away in that at bat.
Up
3
next for the Blue
fastballs,
Jays,
all
the
strikes.
catcher,
He wasn't even
Miguel
able to foul one off. There's not much
Cisneros.
you can take away from an at bat like that as a hitter, other than maybe there's something wrong with your eyes. He's got to have better timing on the fastball next time.
And first offering is fouled off. Inside, just missed.
1-1.
Runners at first and second with 1 gone. Falling behind 2-1.
Good spot for the hitter. Definitely has the advantage in this count with runners on. Look for him to be aggressive on this next pitch.
Swing and a miss as he was out front that time. And that's down and away.
That's a great take. Tried to get him to chase just outside the zone, but he wouldn't offer.
In the air, pretty deep out to center field. Armas sizes this one up. Out number 2. And next for Toronto, Henry Nieves.
And first pitch fastball is in for a strike.
0-1.
Two outs. Check swing went around. That is strike 2.
No balls, 2 strikes.
Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. First and second, 2 down. And down on strikes he goes. And that K brings him into double digits for the game. Blue Jays leave a pair. Steep hill to climb. It's a 9-0 deficit. Welcome back as we take a look at how today's starting pitchers have fared so far.
Ball 4, take the base.
Man at first. So next to the plate for Tampa Bay, David Samuels. And that misses. Ball 1. Berry over at first with 1 away. In the air, right field. Nobody can get there, and it's a foul ball. Just missed.
That's the ball. 2 balls, 1 strike. Ball.
In the dirt. Man at first, 1 away. Line drive. And it stays fair. And they'll have runners at the corners after a 1-out single.
Up next.
So they're at.
Now pitching for the
Welcome
Rays.
back. We're in the 7th. We have a new pitcher on the mound.
You're out.
Man at first with 1 gone. Ray Diaz, the next to hit. And that's in for a strike. It's 0-1. Random, a 6'2 righty. He features a 4-seam fastball, a changeup, and he occasionally uses a curve. Pitch misses,
1-1.
and that's ball 1. And there's a foul ball. And that's downstairs and outside.
And that's awfully close. I don't know how you take that. He's seeing the ball out of the pitcher's hand really well right now.
In the air, left field, down the line, and that is foul.
A little early on that fastball. I'm sure the pitcher taking a note. Look for an off-speed pitch on this next one.
And that one moves his feet.
These first 2 hitters really making him work out there. Already 14 pitches this inning.
That's to third, Samuels. Off-balance feed, there's one. Double play. They can't seem to break through. Inning over. This one pretty well decided at this point. 7th inning stretch time. It's the Rays 9 and the Jays nothing. Welcome back. Taking a look at our game summary.
The second baseman, Lucky.
Giancarlo Ibarra now at the plate. 1 for 3. Pitches in there. Strike 1. Nobody out. Runner at first. Next pitch is outside. That one missing inside. Swing and a miss. He was late. Strike 2.
I think he was sitting off speed there.
That one the other way, and it's caught for the out.
It's never fun going back to the dugout after hitting a line drive that finds a glove, but you will get some high fives. You know, when you make great contact, you feel like you've done everything right. But in this game of baseball, not everything is in your control.
Silva at the plate now as he chases after that one.
0-1.
Popped up left side. 2 down. Jackie Bauer getting ready to hit. And there's a strike. Merrifield off of first with 2 away. Base hit center field. They stop the lead runner at second. Now 2 on with 2 outs.
Right there, does a great job of staying in the big part of the field. Man, there are a lot of...
Ball 4. Take your base. 3.
David Samuels digs in now. That's in for a strike.
0-1.
Swing and a line drive ripped right center field. Base hit.
Now batting, catcher.
Ball 4. Take your base.
All set. Now the number 2 hitter, Ray Diaz. And that is downstairs. And it's 1-0.
1-0.
Geronimo leads off first with 1 away. High fly ball out to center field. Armas pulls it down, and there's 2 gone. So 2 on with 2 away. And now the Toronto cleanup hitter, Giancarlo Ibarra. Pitch misses, and that is ball one.
Ball, no strike.
First and second, 2 down. Here at the top of the ninth. And that one fouled off. And strike 2.
Man, I'm pretty impressed out there on the mound right now. I mean, these are tough spots where pitchers really got to bear down. Those last 2 pitches were well executed.
The Jays down to their final strike. That one misses. 2-2. Swing and a miss, struck him out, and that is the ball game. Thor with his first major league win.
Yeah, nicely done. I'm sure he'll.
Just about set to go now. And our starting pitcher here today, Charlie McCoy. And singing a special day for him. He's making it. His major league debut here.
Second base.
And I'm sure he's got some nerves. He'll be excited for that first pitch to be in and over with so that he can settle in to pitching just like he did in the minor leagues. Exciting moment. He's got his family in town. I think this moment's going to be a huge tone setter for his career.
Strike 2. Ball 1 there. And that just misses.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Got him looking, and he did not like the call. And that's the first strikeout of his major league career.
And it could be the first of many if he meets the goals he set for himself and the expectations others have for him. He doesn't want to just win games. He wants to dominate at this level.
Do you think young pitchers could sometimes get too caught up in trying to rack up Ks early in their career?
Boog, I think they can. It's kind of like a hitter that doesn't have power. The thrill is still hitting the ball over the fence. And so for a guy, even if he doesn't have power stuff or strikeout stuff, a strikeout is still something that makes him stick his chest out a little bit further.
That one finds the corner, and it's 0-2. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Well, I think that's a case of overthinking right there. He got 3 straight fastballs looking in the 0-2 count just to pour it back.
Joe Brandom stands in now and watches strike 1. McCoy, only 20 years old, a former first-round pick, back in 2025. Swing and a miss. No balls, 2 strikes.
He has a tendency to chase out of the zone, and that slider that's down, that's one of his money pitches to get that swing and miss.
1 and 2.
Next pitch misses way outside. Got him. Strikes out the side to begin the game. What a start.
Impeccable command in that one. 3 batters, 3 strikeouts. That's electric stuff out there on the mound.
Back here in Detroit, and on the hill in this one, Douglas Lance.
There's always a bit of a learning curve for rookie pitchers. You've got to get familiar with these big league hitters, and it's more of a chess match, but I think this kid's got good stuff and the potential to be great.
We go to the bottom of the first, and now it's going to be Joe Brandon. The 1-1. Just missed. On the ground to the left. And that's just foul. The wide to kick the pitch. That one a little bit high. 3-2 down.
Wow, that's a tough pitch to lay off.
Swing and a ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
Timing on the swing was good. Able to shoot the ball up the middle. Didn't square it up as much as he probably would have liked, but that's a good approach paying off.
And now Joe Brandon gets the bunt down the right side. 1 at second. And that's all they'll get.
Batting third, shortstop, number 33.
Brian Garcia up now for the Tigers.
And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike.
Random, the runner at first with 1 gone in the inning. Outside low, and now it's even 1-1. This one in the dirt. Man at first, 1 away. Got him swinging. Couldn't catch up to the heater.
Been a pretty rough start to this series for him at the plate. 3 strikeouts in the first game yesterday. Another one right there. They've clearly got a great plan for how to deal with this guy right now.
Joe Brandon up now for the Tigers. Trying to pick up his first knock in the big leagues. That one off the mark. Ball 1. Got it started a little too early. Strike 1.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Two outs. To the right side. Boots it. Still manages a throw. Misplay doesn't cost him. Inning over. Tigers leave 1. Scoreless after 1. second inning set to go. Here's the cleanup hitter for the Sox, Joe Brandon. Outside corner, there's a strike. That one finds the zone, and the count is 0-2. Breaking ball misses down and away.
Recognize that changeup right out of the hand. Just spit on it.
Just misses with that one. That one is absolutely belted. In one, hops off the wall. Should be extra bases. Into second easily with a leadoff double.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. Nice line drive to the full side, met it out front, but just stayed through it nice enough and ripped it into the outfield. Runner in scoring position now, and a good opportunity to push across the first run of the ball game.
Now a chance for Joe Brandon. Zips it to first. One out in the second. Joe Brandon steps to the plate for the White Sox.
Number 36.
0-1. Runner at second here, one gone. And that one gets past the catcher. So a wild pitch allows the runner to advance. The 1-1. Swings through that one for strike two. 1-2. Runner on at third, one gone. Pitch gets away. And the runner holds. And ball four, two aboard. 2 on, 1 out. Random will hit next. Yeah, that's fouled off. Two on, 1 out.
That's the ball.
Straighten him up a little bit.
Up and in. Now 2 balls and a strike.
Good spot for the hitter. Definitely has the advantage in this count with runners on. Look for him to be aggressive on this next pitch.
Swing and a miss as he was late.
Definitely got the hitter conscious of the pitch inside. Really think the outer half is open.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out.
Certainly a strikeout situation right there. The infield playing back, and this pitcher has to step up and get the swing and miss. Really nice job of attacking the hitter at the plate. Pretty big 2-out at bat coming up now.
Joe Brandon steps to the plate for the White Sox. And that's in for a strike. And he's down 0-2 as he swings through it. In the air, left field. Squeezes it, and that's the 3rd out. White Sox strand a couple. Back at Comerica Park. Now here is Joe Brandon.
First baseman, number 31.
Lance back to work. And a good fastball to start him off. That's strike 1.
Threw that fastball right by him, slightly elevated. That's a confidence boost for this guy out there on the mound. See if he continues to climb the ladder.
Random sizing this one up. Reaching for it. Makes the catch. Joe Brandon, the next to hit.
Designated hitter, number 22.
Check swing, and he went. Strike 1.
1 strike.
Just missed.
1 ball, 1 strike.
And that one fouled off. One out, base is empty. Got him. And a couple of quick outs. Joe Brandon up now for the Tigers. Swing and a miss. There's the slider. And it's 0-1. Right through there for a strike.
This guy's pounding the zone. Hitters don't have time to think in between pitches.
That misses, and the count is 1-2.
Well, you've got to establish the inside part of the plate early, and that sends a message not just to this hitter, but to the rest of the lineup as well.
Got him. And he's registered 3 Ks in this one. Down in order go the Tigers. And welcome back to the ballpark. On to the 3rd inning. And the batter now, Joe Brandon.
Center fielder, number 30.
A little bit high, maybe. 1-0.
Close pitch there, and he's kind of wondering where it missed. You know, getting a feel for each umpire's strike zone is something that pitchers and hitters really have to think about and work on from game to game, and sometimes from at bat to at bat.
A little out front there as he swings through it. And now 1-2.
1-2.
And a swing and a miss. He picks up his 5th strikeout on the hill.
Really nice job working both sides of the plate for that strikeout. Started him off inside, then away, back inside again, and that one set him up for that last pitch on the outside part of the plate that he just swung right through. Pretty smooth sequence right there.
So the batting order turns over. Now here is Joe Brandon. Fastball for a strike.
Ball. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Splits the plate. And the count 1-2. Top of the 3rd, no score. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
He's really good hitting the baseball the other way, so credit the pitcher for having him out in front of that pitch. Clearly, he had him fooled.
And up next for Chicago, Joe Brandon. And the first pitch misses for ball 1. 2 outs, base is empty. That clips the zone, and that's strike 1. The shortstop takes the ball. That one finds the zone, and now 2-2. Swings and misses. It's a strikeout. And he strikes out the side for the 2nd time today. Down in order go the White Sox. Still no score. And we're back. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. Here's the catcher, Joe Brandon. That catches the zone for a strike. 0-1.
That's excellent location on the fastball right there early in this game. If he can do that all game, it should be a good outing for him.
That misses the zone, and the count even 1-1. Just missed.
A couple sliders away, gets that hitter to really start looking and even leaning out over the plate. Very susceptible for the 2-seamer here. Let's see what he throws.
That one finds the corner, and that's strike 2.
Throwing the ball really well today. That 2-seam fastball has got good run on it. Excellent job of moving it around the plate.
And he grounds one to the right side. On to first. One gone, bottom of the 3rd inning. Digging in, Joe Brandon.
Center fielder, number 30.
And a fastball in there for a strike at 91.
One strike.
Swing and a ball hit out towards left center field, and that'll fall for a base hit. So the one-out hit turns the lineup over.
Now batting, number 18.
That ball right there landed in what they call the no man's land, meaning it's not really a spot on the field where you can expect anyone to get to it easily. I mean, it's a tough play going back for the shortstop, but also for the outfielders trying to come in. They got to go a long way as well.
So the lineup flips over, and here's the Tiger leadoff man, Joe Brandom. Drops a bunt down the first base side. There's one, and that's all they'll get.
Now batting,
Joe
number 28.
Brandon up now for the Tigers. 0 for 1. He hit into a fielder's choice his first time. Swing and a miss. There's the slider. It's 0-1.
If I'm at the dish right now, I am aggressive over the heart of the plate. This guy's been filling up the strike zone, so you know you're going to get a good pitch to hit. And as nasty as his stuff is, you might as well take all 3 swings.
Brandon makes the catch, and that'll do it. No run. Back here in Detroit, John Shambi with Chris Singleton, and set to lead off the 4th, Joe Brandom. Out to short. Whips it to first. 1 up, 1 down.
Well, nice job by the shortstop to field that on the
Now
backhand and gather himself, get his feet underneath him. He had a long throw, but he knew he had plenty of time to take that extra step, secure the grip, and finish the throw.
Random in the box now. No balls and a strike.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
Next
One
pitch,
ball,
a slider that misses outside. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout.
Really love the pitch sequence right there. I'm telling you what, pitcher and catcher are on the same page right now.
Number 29.
Now it's the White Sox catcher, Joe Brandon. Right through there for a strike. Random measures 6 feet 2 inches. Just 19 years old. Usually a first baseman. Today starting behind the plate. That misses. 1-1.
Yeah, Boog, and I think that's a tougher transition to make, going from first base to putting on the catcher's gear, being behind the dish. A lot of times you see guys go from playing catcher to being a DH or a first baseman.
2 down, nobody on. Now a bullet to second base, but he's got it to end the inning. Nothing doing. Back at Comerica Park, and now the shortstop, Brian Garcia. And that one is downstairs. Ball 1. Cut on and lifted in the air, and it drops in. And a good start to the inning.
You know what they say, he couldn't have thrown it out there any better than that, and certainly the case that time. Just flared it back behind the second baseman and dropped it in there.
Joe Brandon up now for the Tigers.
And there's one thing on his mind this at bat, getting that first hit at the big league level.
Puts a bunt down. In plenty of time to first, out on the sac bunt.
That's a good piece of hitting right there. The job was to move the runner up and give your team a chance to score the go-ahead run. That's exactly what happened, so you better believe your teammates are happy with you after that at bat.
And that one hit to first, and no one can get there. Rounds third, headed for the plate. He'll score, and it's an RBI single, and it's 1-0.
Didn't take long to get a result for that at bat. Just a simple ground ball the other way that had eyes on it, man. Sometimes that's all you need to do. Just let the ball travel, put the ball in play, and just hope it finds a hole.
1 down, runner at first. Next to hit, Joe Brandon. And he pops up the bunt. Hauls it in, and there's 2 away.
Now batting, number 21.
Here's the second baseman, Joe Brandon. His first at bat was a strikeout. Swing and a miss. There's the slider. And it's 0-1.
Hoog, over 80% of his first pitches are strikes. You're doing that, you could have a really good day out there on the mound.
Swing and a miss.
Two really good back-to-back sliders. Now in an 0-2 count. He's feeling real confident about finishing this hitter off. He can go anywhere he wants.
And a ground ball to first. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. Welcome back.
Leading
Quite
off
a
for the
pitcher's
White
duel
Sox,
so far.
third
Here's how the
baseman,
starters have
number
performed
36.
up to this point. McCoy back to work. Pitch misses there, and that's ball one.
You know, these White Sox, from what we've seen, I think it's fair to wonder if they've been too patient at the plate. They've found themselves behind in the count quite a bit. They're trying to be patient, but it's mostly resulting in out.
And he can't come up with it.
Now batting, number 31.
Well, it's been a struggle on offense for them in this one, so maybe that wakes them up a little bit. You know, an error can certainly give the opposing lineup something to get excited about. You got somebody on base, so we'll see if they can make something of it.
So up next for Chicago, Joe Brandon. He struck out swinging at his first at-bat. Trying to move him over here. Off-balance feed, there's one. To first, not in time. Great effort there.
Well, that was going to be a really tough one to turn two on, so a nice job to get the out at second right there. Hold on to the baseball. Shortstop clearly paid the price, but that kind of comes with the territory.
Joe Brandon getting ready to hit. Corner infielders up on the grass expecting a bunt. Bunts it straight back to the mound. Throws to second for one. Over to first. That's two. Nicely done. 1-6-3, and that will end the inning. He continues to roll on the mound as 5 shutout innings are in the books. It's the Tigers 1 and the White Sox nothing. And welcome back to the
Leading
ballpark.
off for the
And here's the
Tigers,
catcher, Joe
number
Brandon.
27.
That one way outside, and it's 1-0. Fastball for a strike. Ground ball to the right side, and it finds its way through for a hit. So a man on base to start the inning.
Not much to this one other than just a willingness to go the other way and put the ball in play. That's a team at bat right there. Nice job of staying back and letting the ball get deep.
Here's the center fielder, Joe Brandon. 1 for 1 with a single so far. That one almost got him. And a sac bunt here. Brandon. There's one. And that's all they'll get.
Now batting, number 18.
Back to the top of the lineup. And now the right fielder, Joe Brandon. 1 for 2. Lays down a bunt to the right side, and that's a foul ball. Brandon leads off first with 1 away. Gets the bunt down the right side. They put the tag on him, and he gets the job done.
Now batting, number 28.
Joe Random up now for the Tigers. 0 for 2 in this one.
Trying to keep that hitting streak alive. 10-game hitting streak for the young man.
And that is out of play. Strike 2. Runner at second, 2 down. Last half of inning number 5. Swing and a ground ball up the middle into the outfield. Base hit. The run comes in from second. It's an RBI single, and they lead by 2.
Oh, here we are, third time through the order, and this is where we see the OPS jump up. Manager might have to go to the bullpen a little bit sooner than he anticipated.
2 outs, runner at first. Brian Garcia now at the plate. Swing and a base hit. Throw stops the lead runner at second. 2 on and 2 out.
A late jump, but I think that was the difference on the play, Boog. It's not always easy seeing the ball off the bat. Something to improve.
So here's the cleanup hitter, Joe Random. He's 0 for 1. And that one upstairs, ball 1. The 1-0.
No, that's a ball.
Fastball for a strike.
Looked pretty good as far as being in the strike zone, but I'm sure as a hitter, not too good with where it was located. Very top of the strike zone, middle away.
Swing and a miss as he was out front. 2 aboard, 2 outs. Here's a 2-2. Swings and misses. He's notched 4 strikeouts now. But the RBI single pushes across a run. And it's 2-zip. You're dialed into the show. And we're back. And now the center fielder, Joe Random.
Number 30.
And that's outside. And another ball. And that one is lifted in the air. Random settles under it and makes the catch. And a quick out, number 1.
Now batting, number 32.
Back to the top of the White Sox lineup. Now it's the second baseman, Joe Random.
Oh, I think the key, I mean, if he can get through one more inning, anything after that, a hitter or 2 is bonus, but they should be lined up good enough to get to the finish line.
Base is empty, 1 away, and we're in the top half of the 6th. And 1-2.
Pretty standard high 0-2 fastball right there. If you're smart, you'll look for something down in the zone, but not too far. Don't want to chase that breaking ball in the dirt.
Lifted in the air, left field, pretty well struck. That's out number 2.
Just pulled off of it a little bit right there. That front shoulder coming open instead of staying closed. If he does that, he's going to be able to go up the middle the other way with some authority instead of a fly out to left.
Random, the batter now as he swings and misses for strike one.
And it really looks like these hitters have been in between with their timing today. Good fastball, excellent slider, but they've not been able to commit to one velocity and stay there.
0-2 now.
I don't think he was trying to miss by that much in an 0-2 count. Just tried to overthrow that pitch.
Swing and a miss, and he got him. Whiff number 9 for him in this game. 9. Make it 6 shutout innings for him out there now.
Pitching for
Back
Chicago.
down for the bottom of the 6th, and
Number
there's a new
8.
pitcher on the mound, Joe Random.
Just trying to keep this.
Three. Back here at the ballpark, let's check out the latest news from around the league. Right through there for a strike.
This lineup is having a tough time finding a good rhythm at the plate. Their swings are disjointed, which tells me they're having issues with pitch recognition.
Yeah, big swing and a miss.
All game long, he's really done a great job of keeping these hitters guessing. You've got to play with that front foot. He's done exactly that, keeping them off balance.
Swing and a ball hit out towards left center field, and that will fall. And that'll bring the tying run to the plate.
Dominant performance for him today, Boog. Just 2 hits allowed so far, no runs across either, and he's had an answer for just about every hitter he's faced. So I don't think this hit is going to knock him off his stride too much.
Tying run at the plate. Puts a bunt down. Random. Fires over to first. And that's an out on the sacrifice.
Well, he certainly didn't look comfortable or fluid on that play. And later in this ball game, this could come back to bite him if a ball is hit to him and he's playing that same position.
Random swings through it for strike one. With the tying run at the plate, here in the top half of inning number 7. And he pumps it a strike. Foul ball, it stays 0-2. The tying run at the plate. Got him looking. That's a strikeout.
Well, you got to be ready to swing the bat with a runner in scoring position and 2 strikes. Just put the ball in play somewhere, and you got a chance. Very frustrating for him, I'm sure. See if the next guy can pick him up.
Joe Random steps to the plate for the White Sox. First pitch just misses. Man on second, 2 down. Little trouble with this one behind the plate. Nothing doing. Count moves to 1-1. Movement in the bullpen. Anderson, Logan getting loose for A.J. Hinch. Random at second with 2 down. Ripped on a line to center. And that's a base hit. Coming home. He'll score easily. It's an RBI single, and now they trail by 1.
Well done. Drives in the run. Everything was on time and fluid in that swing. Got a pitch he could get the barrel on and lined it into center for the knock. Those always feel good.
And here comes the Tigers manager to the mound. Pitching change coming. Charlie McCoy done for the afternoon.
Well, Boog, as he leaves, he's got a shot at his first MLB win. He's going to need the rest of that staff to step up and preserve this narrow lead, though.
Now Pitching
Matt
for the
Andrews
Tigers.
on the pitch out of the pen here.
Number 35.
The offense will need to be ready for the breaking.
That's ball 4. Ball 4. Take your base.
Back at Comerica Park. New inning getting started. Here's the shortstop at the plate, Joe Random. And first offering is fouled off. Fastball is outside. Just off the inside edge.
That two-seam fastball is usually coupled with a slider away, and when a hitter's conscious of the pitch in, it's hard for him to cover middle away, and that's where a pitcher can really finish off that batter.
Fouls one off. 2-2. And a swing and a miss. Beat him with a fastball.
Well, the first batter, it's always a big one for the closer. I mean, you get that punch out, you get settled in, you feel like you're in command out there on the mound from the jump, and kind of prevents any doubt from creeping into your mind or the fielders that are playing behind you that, you know, you're going to wrap this thing up.
That one fouled off. Close, but called the ball. And the count is 1-1.
Just missing off the plate there, according to the umpire, and out there on the mound, maybe trying to get an explanation. Can't say he's convinced, but it looks like he's accepted it.
Next pitch way upstairs. The Tigers leading by 3 here at the top of the 9th. Swing and a foul out of play. And it remains 2-2. Sets him down looking. Now only 1 out remaining.
This is definitely what a team likes to see out of their closer. Come in and just destroy all hope. First 2 batters, 2 strikeouts. See if he can strike out the side.
Random, the batter now, as he holds up his swing for ball 1. And a foul ball. Lifted to left, and that should do it. And that'll do it. The Tigers claim the win here behind some great pitching and defense. 4-1 the final here today. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi saying so long. So just about set now. And on the hill for the Twins, Rodney McCormick.
Well, the key for him usually centers around his ability to command all 4 of his pitches. I mean, he can get by with 3 if one isn't working, but it becomes a little tougher to keep hitters guessing, especially when you start to get through the second and third time through the order. So we'll see how he incorporates all of his stuff into this one.
Right through there for a strike.
Well, as a hitter, you're hoping that the command on that sinker doesn't come until later in the ball game. But if that's how it's going to be all day, it's going to be a tough one for the offense.
Swing and a miss. Now 1-2.
I think he was sitting off speed there.
That's ball 2.
And a swing and a miss. And there's 1 down. And that's the first strikeout of his major league career.
And it could be the first of many if he meets the goals he set for himself and the expectations others have for him. He doesn't want to just win games. He wants to dominate at this level.
Do you think young pitchers could sometimes get too caught up in trying to rack up Ks early in their career?
Boog, I think they can. It's kind of like a hitter that doesn't have power. The thrill is still hitting a ball over the fence. And so for a guy, even if he doesn't have power stuff or strikeout stuff, a strikeout is still something that makes him stick his chest out a little bit further.
And the 1-0. Foul ball there. 1 out, base is empty. Up the middle, and a base hit.
Anything but pretty right there, but he'll take it every time. Just a simple soft liner into center field for the knock right there. Maybe a little bit fooled by the pitch, but he did a good job of staying through it, and that allowed him to fight it off and just get enough behind it.
Here's Tony Kemp. And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter. Kemp in his 7th season, 34-year-old vet, and he was a 5th-round pick back in 2013. Swing and a pop-up in foul ground. Puts it away for the out. And there are 2 down.
Batting 4th. The first baseman.
Now we check out the Astros lineup. A really frustrating showing for them in their last game. Lots of traffic on the bases, but they left a ton of runners on base. Couldn't cash in their chances, Chris.
They had plenty of chances. There's nobody to blame it on but themselves offensively. They just did a poor job converting in those situations. You have to figure out what's your plan going to be. Maybe watch some tape from the last game.
Well, he's under it to make the catch in center, and we'll take a break. Back in Minnesota, our starting pitcher in this one, Ricky Chavez. What do you have on him, Chris?
The second baseman.
Well, because he doesn't have plus stuff, it's going to be critical that his skipper keeps a close eye on him. Second time, third time through the order, we see the OPS jump dramatically.
Joe Brandon, the leadoff batter, as he looks at ball 1. That's through there for a strike. Up the middle. He puts it in his pocket, safe at first without a play. Joe Brandon, the next Twin up to hit. Corner infielders up on the grass expecting a bunt. Drops a bunt down the first base side. They apply the tag, and the runner moves up to second.
Batting 3rd. The first baseman.
Now the lineup for the Twins as constructed by Rocco Baldelli. Singy, this righty-heavy lineup must be licking their chops with a lefty on the mound.
Now, to me, Boog, it shows the managers trying to set these players up to have a big game. Facing an opposite-handed pitcher, you only get a fraction of a second longer to see the ball and decide to swing, but that can be the difference between a line drive and a swinging strike.
Joe Brandon now in the box, comes up empty with a swing there. Man at second. Check swing, and he went. And it's 0-2.
No balls, 2 strikes.
That's down and in.
Excellent arm action on that 2-strike changeup. Just missed. Man, he wanted that call.
Got him swinging. That's out number 2.
Man, that slider bearing in on your hands like that, it's just so tough to fight off. It's kind of like a cutter. It just can eat you up, saw you off. Tell you what, hitters have nightmares about that pitch. Perfectly executed out there on the mound.
And here is Joe Brandom looking for his first big league hit right here. Just missed. That clips the corner. Runner at second, 2 down here in the second game of the series. Next offering is in for a strike. And that one goes straight to the backstop. In there safely. And on the wild pitch, he goes down to third.
Have to be really sure you can make it safely to third when you're in scoring position and 2 outs. Got to get that run across. Very important. Does a nice job of reading it. Gets to third base. Now just 90 feet away.
Random on third with 2 out. Lifted in the air, right field. Makes the grab, and the inning is over. Twins wind up stranding 1, scoreless after 1. All set for the start of the inning. Now, Joe Brandom. McCormick back to work. Swinging a foul straight back. That one inside, and that's ball 1. Eric Summersgill with home plate duty in this one. Kind of known for being generous with the corners, Chris.
You know, I think that used to be a lot bigger deal in past eras where pitchers were working more in and out with their pitches. But, yeah, we'll see if those corners come into play in this one. Hey, no pitcher's going to argue at all.
Puts it away for the out. Fans don't really understand the familiarity and relationship players and coaches have with umpires. I mean, you see them a lot.
Yeah, Boog, they're all out there trying to do their best and perform at a high level. So when you respect that, I think over time you can develop a relationship with them.
Joe Brandom at the plate now. That's ball 1. There's a strike. As the game has moved along, we see more and more information supplied by teams about the umpires. I've been in clubhouses where they have pictures of all 4 guys, nicknames, hometowns, and as well hobbies listed, just so you can kind of small talk the umpire a little bit.
That's great.
Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout. 2 down, base is empty. And stepping in for the Astros, Joe Brandom. Swing and a ball hit out towards left center field. That gets down for a hit, and that keeps the inning alive. Joe Brandom with his first major league hit, and this is a moment I'm sure he'll never forget. Congrats.
Yeah, great moment for him and his family. A guy works so hard and has to wait so long for this to happen, and when it does, can kind of be overwhelming, Boog. You still have to stay locked in on the game, but It's great when you could take a minute to just appreciate what you've done and how hard you've worked to get here.
Joe Brandom up next for the Astros. That one finds the zone. That's strike one. Two gone, but the go-ahead run is at first here at the top of the second. Almost got him. Second inning here, no score. This one kicks away a little as he can't squeeze it.
2 strikes.
And the pitch. Cut on and miss, struck him out. That K is his third of the game. One left for Houston. Go to the bottom of the second. No score. Back at target field. Now at the plate, Joe Brandom.
The catcher, Joe Brandom.
That one missed.
Ball 1, no strike.
And that's a little bit high. And the count is 2-0.
Looks like he thinks that should have been a strike at the top of the zone, but doesn't seem to be too upset. That's just a case where I think he's trying to get a better feel for the umpire's strike zone and what he's going to be calling. That's just a part of pitching.
Swing and a chopper out to short. Slings it across. One up, one down.
Batting sixth, the third baseman, Joe Brandom.
So up next, Joe Brandom trying to pick up his first knock in the big leagues. Right down the chute, strike one.
Well, the key to his success is getting ahead early in the count. He cannot afford to go deep in the counts. Doesn't have a ton of swing and miss stuff, so he's going to have to work efficiently.
Fights that one away, and the count remains 0-2. One down, base is empty.
Ball.
0-2 curve right there. Hitter kind of expects that, and good job of just showing that confidence and trying to get back into this count.
Chases the fastball up the ladder, struck him out. Here's the center fielder, Joe Brandom. Swing and a miss. 0-1.
0-1.
Two out, space is empty. And
That's
ball one.
That's a good pitch there. Really had some run and finished a little up and in just on the edge. And that's one of those, if you swing at it, you hit a broken bat as you jog back to the dugout.
Swings and misses, struck him out. Twins retired in short order. We'll move to the third with no score. Back here at the ballpark, let's check out the latest news from around the league.
Joe Brandom.
Check swing, called strike. And that drops in for a strike. That one's upstairs, ball one. This one in the air. Brandom on the move. And there's one away.
Good hard fastball up in the zone right there. They look really good coming in, but so hard to get on top of as a hitter.
Joe Brandon up next for the Astros. Went down on strikes his first time through. Swing and a ground ball out to short, and that squirts through. So a man aboard now with one away.
Well, clearly he was ready to hit right there. He kind of rolled over on this pitch a little bit, but he got enough behind it to shoot it through for a knock, and you'll take that anytime you can get him to find a hole.
Joe Brandon up next for the Astros. 1 for 1 with a single so far. Bunting, and he pops it up. He's there. He's got it. 2 away.
The batter, the second baseman, Tony Kemp.
And next to hit for Houston, Tony Kemp. He popped out his first time. Climb the ladder with that fastball. That's strike 1. Ground ball right side. Can't glove it cleanly. Still finds a way to get off the throw. That's the third out. Home half of the third coming up. No score. And welcome back to the ballpark. Set for the bottom of the third. Now it's the shortstop, Joe Brandon. And there's a strike.
That's excellent location on the fastball right there early in this game. If he can do that all game, should be a good outing for him.
The 0-2. Just missed.
That's a really good job of laying off the 0-2 high fastball. Is going to make that pitcher really have to respect this hitter, even though he's behind in the count.
Fans another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts. No messing around with the pitch calling in that sequence right there. 4 pitches, all fastballs.
Yeah, and that makes me think that was the plan before the at-bat even started. If you think you can simply just beat a guy with only your fastball, why throw him anything else until he shows you can handle it?
Now it's the right fielder, Joe Brandon. That one's in there. That's strike 1.
0-1.
Still tied at 0. Last of the third. Swing and a ball popped up. Brandon. And he makes the catch. And there's 2 down.
Bill, that was a pitch you got to crush. Unbelievable that he missed it right there. And I'm telling you, he is going to be frustrated with himself until his next at bat.
Back to the leadoff spot in the Twins lineup. Joe Brandon, the next Twin up to hit.
And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike.
That's a strike.
Quickly down 0-2 in the count. I think you got to choke up a little bit, spread out the feet. You don't know what the velocity or the location of this next pitch is going to be.
That's inside.
Ball 1.
Foul ball, still a 1-2 count. 2 outs. And a swing and a miss. And that's that. Twins are set down 1-2-3. And we are still scoreless. As we go to the top of the fourth. So here's the Astros cleanup hitter, Joe Brandon. And that's a little bit high. Ball 1.
Well, these Astros just lacking discipline at the plate in this ball game. They're chasing a lot of pitches outside the zone, and those chases are turning into a bunch of outs. Can they turn that around and stay within the zone? We'll see, but I think they have to.
That one outside. 3 balls, no strikes. It's a leadoff walk, and that's the go-ahead run.
That just came apart right there. 4-pitch walk, and
now batting.
Guy at the plate was not going to help him out by swinging at something out of the zone.
Go-ahead run on base. Random digs in now.
Fly to left his first time.
Bunts it towards the mound. Tosses to first. That's the first out in the top of the fourth.
That's a good piece of hitting right there. The job was to move the runner up and give your team a chance to score the go-ahead run. That's exactly what happened. So you better believe your teammates are happy with you after that at bat.
So the go-ahead run in scoring position. Random will hit next.
And there's one thing on his mind this at bat, getting that first hit at the big league level.
Ball one, no strikes. Fouled off. He was late. He swings and hits a fly ball center field. Makes the grab on the run. And there's two away.
Well, those can be pretty fun as an outfielder. Got to put it into his highest gear and go a long way to track that one down. Nothing better than that. You feel like a wide receiver playing football.
Joe Random up next for the Astros. A single his first time. And that's through there for a strike. 0-1.
0-1.
And a foul ball. That one is upstairs.
2 strikes.
Random at second with 2 down. And a swing and a miss. Make it 4 strikeouts for him on the bump today. So it's no runs on no hits, no errors, and 1 man left. And midway in the 4th, we're tied 0-0. Bottom of the 4th, and now for the Twins, Joe Random.
The left fielder, Joe
Random, just 19 years old, and he's usually a first baseman, but today he starts in the outfield. And that's fouled off.
And that really speaks to his athletic ability, being able to move from an infield position to go out into the outfield, and it would suggest he's got a pretty good arm as well.
Pitch misses there, and that is ball 1. Ripped in the air, left field, and a touchdown for a base hit. And they had their first hit since the first inning. Joe Random, the next to hit. He's 0 for 1. Bunting, but that's a foul ball.
Well, here's a good opportunity in this inning to get on the scoreboard after that leadoff hit, and hard the order coming up right behind them. This is where they need to get going.
And he bunts, but that's foul. Strike 2. Bunts it in the air. Brings it in. And there's 1 down.
Now batting, the designated hitter, Joe Random.
And next is the designated hitter, Joe Random. Flied to right his first time. And he pops up the bunt. Tosses to first. Out on the sac bunt.
No, just doing his part right there, trying to move that runner into scoring position. Got it down successfully. Now we'll see if they can drive him in from second.
Random.
Joe Random now at the plate. 0 for 1. He grounded out in his first at bat. That one close, ruled a ball. And that's ball one. In the air, center field. Random. He's got it. And that ends the inning. One left for Minnesota. Still no score. Welcome back. Quite a pitcher's duel so far. Here's how the starters have performed up to this point. McCormick back to work. Swing and a miss as he was late that time.
Oh, he's been incredibly efficient in this one. First pitch strike percentage over 70%. That's well above league average, and that's what's allowed him to pitch well up until this point.
It gets down a base hit. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Now batting, the right fielder, Joe Random.
So next up for Houston, Joe Random. 0 for 1 so far. And a sac bunt here. Slings to second. And they'll just get the one.
Now batting, designated hitter, Joe Random.
Next is the designated hitter, Joe Random. 1 for 2. Trying to move him over here. To second for 1. Out. And that's all they'll get. And now Joe
batting,
Random.
The center fielder, Joe Random.
First offering, and it just misses.
Counts 1-0.
And he hits a ground ball right side. Fires over to first. And that is that. Still nothing on the scoreboard for him after 5. And we still have no score. Back in Minnesota, John Shelby with my buddy Chris Singleton. It's set to get us started. Bottom 5, Random. Joe Random. Swing and a ball line to center. And there's a hit. Man aboard on the leadoff single. Joe Random with his first major league hit. And this is a moment I'm sure he'll never forget. Congrats.
Yeah, great moment for him and his family. A guy works so hard and has to wait so long for this to happen. And when it does, it can kind of be overwhelming, Boog. You still have to stay locked in on the game, but it's great when you could take a minute to just appreciate what you've done and how hard you've worked to get here.
And here is Joe Random. Struck out swinging his first time. Lays down a bunt to the right side. Over to second for 1. And that's all they'll get.
Now batting, the shortstop, Joe Random.
And next for Minnesota, Joe Random. Gets the bunt down the right side. Random. Fires to second for 1. And that's all they'll get.
The right fielder, number 2, Joe Random.
Joe Random, the next twin up to hit. He's 0 for 1. And that gets the top of the zone for a strike.
Man, I mean, nice job just presenting it to be better than it actually was.
Swing and a grounder, foul first base side. Two outs. On the outside corner, got him looking. He continues to roll on the mound as 5 shutout innings are in the books. No score. All right, we go to the top half of inning number 6. Here's the second baseman, Tony Kemp. On the ground, right side. Throws to first in time. Leadoff man retired in the 6th.
Well, he's doing a nice job of keeping the ball out of the air. Lets the defense work behind him with another ground ball. Good execution.
Joe Random getting ready to hit. And that drops in for a strike. This one high in the air to left center. Random on the move to the alley. 2 down.
The batter, the catcher, Joe Random.
At the plate is the Astros catcher, Joe Random. 0 for 2 in this one. Right through there for a strike. 2 down, nobody on. And we're in the top half of the 6th. And now the count is even.
Pretty frugal guy. He is very efficient with the pitch count in this one.
That one's in there. And that is strike 2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
And misses inside. Got him looking. And good work there as he gets a 1-2-3. So another good inning for him on the mound. 6 shutout innings now. And we still have no score. And we're back. Now it's the second baseman, Joe Random.
The second baseman, Joe Random.
And that is out of play.
Well, these Twins, as this game goes on, have to be more disciplined at the plate. Chasing pitches has been a big part of the story. We've seen it quite a bit today. It's been tough for them to make contact at times, and it just doesn't look like they're seeing it very well as a group.
Fouls that off to the left, and we'll do it again.
And on the mound, you know confidence has to be pretty high with all of the swings and misses. He's had them eaten out of the palm of his hand pretty much all game.
Inside, almost got him. And a foul ball, he stays alive.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
That one misses in the dirt. gets a piece and stays alive.
In an era with a lot of swing and miss and strikeouts, you got to love an at-bat like this. No one giving in.
See ya. Strikes him out for the second time today.
Well, when you commit to throwing an inside fastball to your glove side across the strike zone, especially with 2 strikes, if you're going to miss, you want to miss off the plate in. You do not want to leave it out over the heart of the plate. So that was an excellent execution on that pitch. Really tied him up, and he couldn't get a piece at all.
Now it's going to be Joe Brandon. 2 up, 2 down.
The first baseman, number 1, Joe Brandon.
And here's the first baseman, Joe Brandon. There's a strike.
It's just been an impressive outing so far. Continues to pound the zone pitch after pitch, and he's been able to stay down. That's what's been key.
And that's a strike.
0-2 is the count.
And that's off the inside edge. And the count 1-2. All tied up here in the bottom of the 6th. Chases the changeup in the dirt. Catcher has it, fires to first. And it's in time for the 3rd out, so that'll end the inning. Back at Target Field, top of inning number 7. Now the 3rd baseman, Joe Brandon. Close one, doesn't get the call. Ball 1.
Well, these Astros need to bring up the quality of their at-bats and specifically their swings. They're trying to find ways to drive the ball with some authority, but it's just not happening for them so far. 0 extra base hits in the game, so it's been tough for them to get anything going.
Swinging a foul back, that's out of play.
Sometimes you have to keep chipping away until you break through, but it's a lot easier to put runs on the board when you have runners in scoring position because they put themselves there.
The next pitch misses, and the count is even 2-2. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout.
Now batting,
and now the shortstop, Joe Brandon. Top of the zone, and it's called a strike.
Usually when a pitcher's had a dominant outing, he has filled up the strike zone and he's gotten ahead in the count with first pitch strikes. Well, that's exactly what this guy has done in this one. Over 70% first pitch strikes.
The 1-1 is fouled off. Liner to second and picked on the hop. The throw to first and 2 away to start the 7th.
Now batting, left fielder, Joe Brandon.
Here's the left fielder, Joe Brandon. In there at the knees for a strike. Some movement in the Twins bullpen. Jose Salgado appears to be getting loose. Brandon getting cranked up as well. And there's the strike.
Quickly into an 0-2 count. Both pitches were down in the zone. I think you set your sights a little bit higher. And
he got him. Strike 3, and that'll retire the side. Astros are down. Set for the last half of the 7th. And now the DH, Joe Brandon.
The designated hitter, Joe Brandon.
Swing and a ground ball, and it goes just foul.
Hitting is all about anticipation, and right now this lineup is struggling with it. Their swings are mistimed, and it's produced a few ugly cuts here and there.
And it really looks like these hitters have been in between with their timing today. Good fastball, excellent slider, but they've not been able to commit to one velocity and stay there.
Stood absolutely no chance on that slider right there.
I
don't mean to laugh, but that's a tough one.
I mean, pretty much a perfect strikeout pitch. I mean, it looks like a fastball middle in, kind of has cutter action, and it just bunches you up to where you can't get your hands through and the barrel to it. And not much you can do unless you recognize the spin early and you spit on it.
And that'll get down for a hit. And the go-ahead run is on base.
Now batting, third baseman.
Here's the third baseman, Joe Random. Corner infielders up on the grass expecting a bunt. Bunted back towards the mound. In plenty of time to first, and that's an out on the sacrifice.
There was a time where that sac bunt was just ho-hum, very basic, but is increasingly difficult as it's become to get bunts down in the big leagues. Nice job right there.
So the go-ahead run in scoring position. Random will hit next. Out to short. Dives, but it's off his glove. No throw, and they come away without an out.
Up next,
well, I can understand the defense right there trying to cut off that lead runner at third, but a good jump and an excellent finish for the base runner to get in there safely.
So the go-ahead run is into scoring position. Random digs in now. Swing and a ball lifted in the air, shallow left field. And that will end the inning. Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the eighth. Jose Salgado. He's making his second appearance of the season. And stepping in for the Astros, Joe Random. There's the strike.
Well, a come and get me fastball right there. He didn't look ready for the velocity. I think it'd be a mistake to throw him anything off speed right here.
Minnesota's bullpen with some action. Clay Belcher warming up for manager Rocco Baldelli. Fair ball. Now he turns and heads for second. Here comes the throw. And he greets the new arm from the bullpen with a double.
Always feels amazing getting a job done when the team needs you to come through. It's just bigger than your own individual stats. Really important at bat coming up now.
Joe Random, the next to hit. Sack bunt towards third. And a foul ball. Go ahead run in scoring position. Nobody out. Puts a bunt down. And that's a bunt single. That was placed perfectly. Go ahead run is at third. Random now at the plate. 1 for 3. Up the middle. Base hit. In comes the runner from third. And it's an RBI single. They lead it in the 8th.
Comes through with the RBI. He kind of muscled that one out there. Didn't get the barrel with it, but the important part was that he found a way to stay through the baseball and just drop it into center field.
Kemp now at the plate as he swings through strike one. Random over at second. Random on at first with nobody out. Late on that fastball.
No ball, 2 strikes.
Fouled off the plate. They'll do it again. In the dirt. This one gets away as he can't handle it behind the plate. Nothing happening on the bases, though. And down on strikes. And now 1 away.
That's about as nasty of a splitter as you'll come across, especially in terms of the movement. I mean, that thing tumbles out of his hand and just drops off the table at the last moment. If he keeps it down, it's just so tough to put wood on.
Joe Random up next for the Astros. And that bunted towards third. Random to first, and he beats it. Everyone's safe.
Now batting.
Well, he's just given himself up to move two runners into scoring position right there, but somehow the defense can't get an out anywhere, and this is quickly turning into a golden opportunity for this offense.
Joe Random up next for the Astros. Golden opportunity right here. Turned on, but foul wide of third.
At the dish, looking to lift the ball in the air in this spot. Anything but the inning double play, Boog.
Swing and a miss.
0-2.
Line drive, base hit. One runs in. Another comes in to score, and they take a 3-run lead.
Big at bat to pad their lead up to 3. He got that front foot down, and pitch recognition was on point. Pretty impressive for an 0-2 count.
Here comes the skipper, and we're going to see a pitching change in this spot. Jose Salgado done for the night.
Pitching for
A
the
new
Twins.
arm into the game. The righty. Three. Stepping in, Joe Random.
Went down looking on 3 pitches last time. Let's see if he can be a little more aggressive right here.
And that one upstairs, ball 1. Chavez
1-0.
into his 8th inning of work, Singy. He's been good.
Yeah, he's the type of guy that gets better as he gets deeper into the ball game. If you're going to get to him, you get to him early. They didn't do that today. We'll see what happens as this finishes.
That one gets down for a hit. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
When you flare a ball out behind second
Now
base,
batting,
it's really a
second
tough
baseman.
spot.
Now pitching for
Astros
the
go to the
Astros.
pen, and here comes
Number
Joe.
20.
First base. Get it out.
3.
First base. That's ball 4. 3.
And your final 3-1 for Chris Singleton and our entire crew here at MLB The Show. Thanks.